Good day, you are welcome to another edition of our class. And today I want to make a practical illustration of what somebody actually talked about. He was asking how it connects a Wizard 4 to an electric fence. Now I'll be showing us how you can actually, I'll use the operator to show how you can actually loop this fence also from the middle from the intermediate pole. Most times you hear me talk about intermediate pole. Let's assume this is your fence. Let's assume this goes all the way around and gets to the end. This is one end. This side goes all the way around, and this is the end. Okay, now springing your hook. I think that may be the last time I may just show you. This is it. This is your spring, right? And this is the hook. So if you're springing that, it's just a matter of putting this here. This is it, all right? So when this is done, like we have the others, just to save our time, I don't want to start all of that. So we're able to achieve what we need to achieve in time, right? All right, and then this is here. Then take our aluminum wire. Through this hole, there's a hole here. Push the first hole. Then we can as well ring it there. Take this one all the way. Now we need to pin this to the middle of the bobbin here. Goes through the center. You see that part? Then you get to the extreme. Let's assume this is it. Let me cut this here. Right. So okay, this is our sixth line. So let's assume this is a 6-line configuration. We'll be connecting it to this energizer. All right. So now I'll do it such that we have our connection at the middle. So let's see how we're able to loop this fence. This is our line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, line 6. If you understand, the first line, I always advise, make your first and your last line the live. So if you have this live, and here we can have our earth here. This is live, earth, live. So you have live, earth, live. So let's have the configuration. I want to do it such that the cable from our energizer, that's our HT cable, comes to the, what's the name, from the intermediate pole. This is the intermediate pole, the middle pole. Any pole that falls at the middle, the center, that is not at the extreme, that is between poles, they are called the intermediate poles. So that's what we're making our connections from. So let me look this first. So what we'll do here, let's assume, let's say we're starting from here to this part, okay? So I have to take this live to the next live, all right? I must make sure my loop is at the extreme. Anything around here for loop, they are always wrong. Always have them at the extreme. So let's see here to here. I'll cut this, right? Okay, so this is the line 1. This end is to line 3. When I say this is my start point, it means it's moving all the way to this place from here to this, then it moves all the way to this, then this goes to the next line. That's 3 to 4. So let me cut some 3 to 4. Always make sure your loop comes from the edge, right? This is done. You can cut the excess off. Now, it means this gets here, this to number 3, 3 all the way here to 4 to this extreme, will come to 6, I'll also use this very class to teach you how to read your fence, to check if your lines they've been well looped. All right. Let's assume this is 1 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 6, and 6. Assuming it was a fence where you need to have the energizer at the extreme, all we need to do is just to take one cable from here to this part of the energizer. Let's say the live out. This is the energizer. We have four terminals here. This is the live side. This is the earth, but underneath the earth, we've looped the earth because we want to use just 3 cables for this kind of configuration. So we have live out, live return here, the 2 cables. So we take one from the out, can come to this first one, and we take from the return to this. So if we take from out, it means if that one enters from here, it moves all the way from 1 to 3. 3 here moves all the way, gets here to 4, the extreme. 4 moves all the way from here to 6, and 6 moves all the way back to the return of the energizer. But now let me show you something. How you want to confirm. By the time you've done your looping, you want to confirm if your looping is well done. Note this. At any point you want to put your probe, you must ensure that there is no other cable attached to any of the points. You see this cable is just lying here, follow all alone. This one lying here, all alone. Now we can actually loop our earth. Let's just loop our earth, which is this to this. Let's so that we take that off from the whole circuit, right? Our earth. Okay, now because we can as well do that here or even over this. Right, so let me use here. Yeah. So this is it. Now, I hope you don't judge me to say, but you have 2 wires coming. This because they are not even the same line. These are earth. So even if, because this earth is being looped under here, even if I do it like this and I still bring any cable here, is accepted. But if I'm going to take 2 cables here, bring one here and bring one here, this earth cannot close here. I'll need to push this one here so that I'll open the loop for the earth terminal here. Maybe one enters here, it goes all the way, then I'll loop here to here and bring it this way. But because I permitted parallel for the earthing alone, not for the live, please note that. Not for the live at all, for only the earth. That's for this because the HT cable I have here is just I have just 3 HT cable to loop them. Even for the earth, if I decide if it's in parallel here, I decide to come the middle, take this to this place, it's accepted even if it's not at the extreme. But make sure your live is always at the extreme. Every of the loop for your live, they are always at the extremes of your fence. Don't come here and bring, you have your live cable somewhere here, or you have this one here. It is wrong, please. It is not accepted. Always have them at the extreme, the edge of the post. This one, for example, cannot be here because you are creating allowance is wrong. No, always put them at the edge. So now we'll be testing the fence to know if our looping is complete. Okay, let me show you how you can test your fence to see. You want to confirm if your fence is well done. That's having one end here, one end here. The part that's supposed to go to the energizer, you want to confirm it. So from your meter, your avometer, without the fence connected to this energizer, but if it's connected to the energizer, what we need to use then, we can be talking about using the electric fence scope, right? But for us to test just this, what we need to do is to place this meter on continuity while the fence is not yet connected to the energizer. All right, what do we do now is for me to adjust my meter. All right, I'll put it on continuity. Continuity is where your meter does beep when the 2 probe comes together. Now you see, Okay, let me assume I'm hanging. Let me hang my meter somewhere. Okay, watch. Yes, it is not working. Hold it. I'll take one of the probe, put at this end, and put the other one here. You must have that beep. If there's any opening around the circuit, any opening around the circuit, this thing, it won't beep. But immediately you have that beep, it means your fence is ready and it's cool. Your connection is right. And you must make sure whenever you put one of the probe here and put it on the earth, it must not read. There must be no sound. This is the earth. There must be no sound. Your life cable line with your earth line. This is live. That's why you're having that. All right. So this is sorted one. And there's something I want us to do now, because we want to use this. We are supposed to connect our energizer from this end, but we are not going to use this end. We want to use this place. So before I use here, it means I will have to close this circuit. So because I'm closing this to this, I want to take my earth off this place and take my earth to the other side. So permit me to take this earth off this part and take it to the other side. So even if I decide to read that continuity, take that continuity test all over again, there must be no continuity with the life and the earth. Let's give a shot. Here is the life and this is the earth. All right, so it means now the fence is ready. So what we need to do is to take, because we want to use this middle part, we need to close this so that we open up somewhere here.
The Food Tech TV.